Picture this. The studio lights are blazing, the cameras are rolling, the audience is buzzing. And everything feels like a normal night on cable news. Until it suddenly doesn't. One sharp comment lands a little too hard. A comeback cuts a little too deep. Voices rise, tension crackles through the air. And before viewers at home can even process what just happened, the show goes to commercial. Then the whispers start flying online. Was someone taken off set? Did producers step in? And was this the most explosive on-air clash Fox News has seen in a long time? That's the question that sent social media into a frenzy. When headlines began circulating about Jessica Tarlov and Greg Gutfeld, two personalities who are no strangers to heated debate, allegedly clashing so intensely that producers had to intervene, whether you love them, hate them, or just can't look away when sparks fly. This moment pulled back the curtain on what really happens when political television goes from debate to full-blown meltdown. To understand why this moment hits such a nerve, you have to understand the players involved. Jessica Tarlov didn't just stumble onto Fox News by accident. She built her reputation as a sharp, data-driven Democratic strategist who knows how to hold her ground in rooms where she's often outnumbered. Calm on the surface, but relentless with facts. She's made a career out of walking into ideological lions' dens and walking out unscathed. Or at least, that was the reputation. On the other side of the desk sits Greg Gutfeld, a man whose entire brand is built on provocation. He's sarcastic, unpredictable, and thrives on pushing buttons. For years, his late-night style political commentary has blurred the line between comedy and confrontation. And his fans love him for it. Critics? Not so much. But one thing everyone agrees on is this. When Gutfeld senses blood in the water, he doesn't back down. Put those two in the same studio, on the same topic during a politically charged news cycle, and you're basically lighting a fuse. According to viewers who watched the segment live, the conversation started like many others. A political issue on the table. Some jokes. Some side-eye. A few interruptions. Nothing unusual. But then the tone shifted. What began as sharp disagreement reportedly turned personal, with both sides talking over each other, refusing to yield an inch. Jessica, known for keeping her composure, appeared visibly frustrated. Greg, never one to de-escalate, leaned in even harder. If you've ever watched these shows closely, you know there's an unspoken rhythm. People argue, the host redirects, and the segment moves on. This time, that rhythm allegedly broke down. The host struggled to regain control. The back and forth intensified, and suddenly it felt less like political theater and more like two people genuinely fed up with each other. Then came the moment that viewers are still debating. The show cut away. When it returned, the energy was different. Jessica was either quieter than usual or, according to some accounts, not on screen at all for a period of time. Almost instantly, speculation exploded. Social media lit up with claims that producers had stepped in, that things had gone too far, that someone had been taken off set to cool down. Now, here's where things get complicated. In the world of live television, especially political television, not everything is as dramatic as it looks. Segments get rearranged. Breaks happen unexpectedly. Producers talk to guests off camera all the time. But the idea that Fox producers would need to intervene between two of their most polarizing voices, it's just too juicy for the internet to ignore. Clips began circulating. Slow-motion breakdowns of facial expressions. Tweets analyzing tone and body language. Fans of both sides rushed to defend their favorite. Some claimed Jessica was being unfairly targeted. Others argued Greg was simply doing what he always does. And then there were those who said this was inevitable, that you can only pack so much ideological tension into a studio before something snaps. What made this story even more compelling was the silence that followed. No immediate statement. No dramatic on-air apology. No clear confirmation of what actually happened behind the scenes. And in the absence of facts, speculation filled the void. People started asking bigger questions. How real are these clashes? Are they encouraged for ratings? And where is the line between passionate debate and something producers can control? For Fox News, confrontation isn't a bug. It's a feature. Shows thrive on conflict because conflict keeps viewers watching. But there's always been a careful balance. Too boring, and people change the channel. Too chaotic, and the network risks losing credibility. Moments like this allegedly force producers to make split-second decisions. Let it ride, or step in. For Jessica Tarlov, the moment became about more than just one argument. Supporters pointed out how often she's been talked over, interrupted, or put in the position of defending her presence on the show itself. Critics, meanwhile, accused her of playing the victim or escalating the exchange. The truth, as usual, probably lives somewhere in between. And for Greg Gutfeld, the incident only added to his reputation as a lightning rod. His fans saw a man refusing to back down. His detractors saw someone crossing a line. Either way, his name trended, his clips spread, and his role as one of Fox's most talked about personalities was cemented. Yet again, what's fascinating is how moments like this reveal the machinery of modern media. A few tense minutes on live TV can turn into days of online debate, countless reaction videos, and millions of impressions. The argument itself almost becomes secondary to the narrative built around it. Was Jessica Tarlov really taken off set? Did producers pull the plug to prevent things from getting uglier? Or was it simply a dramatic moment that looked bigger than it actually was? Without official confirmation, it remains a story shaped by perception, clips, and commentary. But maybe that's the point. In today's media landscape, perception is reality. The image of a brutal fight sticks, regardless of what happened in the control room. And once that image takes hold, it's almost impossible to undo. Behind the scenes, television professionals know that live broadcasts are unpredictable. Emotions run high. Tempers flare. And sometimes the smartest move is to take a breath, reset, and move on. Viewers rarely see those moments, but they're happening all the time. What made this particular clash stand out was how human it felt. To people deeply entrenched in their beliefs, colliding in real time with no script to save them. Love it or hate it, that rawness is what keeps audiences glued to their screens. In the days that followed, the story slowly faded, replaced by the next controversy, the next viral clip, the next on-air argument. But for those who watched it unfold, it left a lingering question about where the limits really are. Because if seasoned professionals like Jessica Tarlov and Greg Gutfeld can reach a breaking point on live television, what does that say about the state of political discourse as a whole? Maybe this wasn't just a fight. Maybe it was a symptom, a reflection of a culture where talking points turn into talking over and disagreement turns into distrust. Or maybe it was just another night on cable news, blown out of proportion by an internet that thrives on outrage. Either way, the moment did what television is designed to do. It made people watch. It made people talk. And it reminded everyone that when the cameras are on and the stakes are high, anything can happen. And the next time those two faces appear on the same screen, you can bet viewers will be leaning a little closer, waiting to see if the sparks fly again. Imagine sitting at home, casually watching your usual political show, maybe scrolling on your phone, half listening, when suddenly your attention snaps back to the screen. The energy shifts. The smiles disappear. The jokes stop landing. And in that split second, you can feel it. Something is about to go wrong.